Hello, my name's Liz White. I'm the leader of the Animal Protection Party of Canada, and we're here to talk about a very important issue, the use of poisons to control wildlife.
So can you tell us, Liz, what the issue of poisons is all about?
So in Canada, at the federal level under Health Canada, we have an agency called the Pest Management Regulatory Agency, and that is the agency that actually governs whether provinces in Ontario can use poisons to control wildlife. And so there are three poisons that we have been focusing on specifically. The first is strychnine, which is used to kill coyotes, wolves, Richardson's ground squirrels, and others. The use of compound 1080, which is less widely used than strychnine, but equally lethal, and in fact probably significantly more cruel, because it takes longer for animals to die. And compound 1080 focuses on canids, so that would be wolves and coyotes. And the third is sodium cyanide. I think many of us have read stories recently of animals that have died in the United States, dogs particularly, that have ingested sodium cyanide and have witnessed the cruel death that occurs. So we're trying to get the use of those three stopped. So we're here today because, in fact, the Pest Management Regulatory Agency has put out a comment period on a proposed ban that they're making. I think this is pretty much the first time for a very long time in Canada, a proposed ban on the use of strychnine to kill Richardson's ground squirrels, not on humane grounds, but on environmental grounds. That is, other animals will eat a Richardson ground squirrel that has been killed by strychnine and causes secondary poisoning. And so many different animals are at risk. I thought I would just show you pictures of what the animals look like. So this is a Richardson's ground squirrel, and I think by any account, most people would consider this animal pretty cute. It burrows in the ground. It lives in large groups, and they communicate each other by ultrasonic waves. They're very, very interesting little animals, and targeted by strychnine.
So why are they targeted? Why kill Richardson's ground squirrels?
They're generally killed for agricultural purposes. So farmers that have cattle on the range, cows on the range, or sheep on the range, are worried that the animals will step in the holes of these animals, the Richardson's ground squirrels, because they burrow into the ground, and that they could in fact break their legs. There are many alternatives to actually killing these animals, and in fact these animals are really important because these are a diet of coyotes and wolves, and they then eat those animals as opposed to attacking sheep and lambs. So it's important to keep these animals on the landscape.
So why would they be poisoning wildlife at all?
They poison wildlife, I think, because it's the easiest way to do it. You go to the burrow, you put poison in the ground, you walk away, and the animal's dead. And so you don't have to do a lot of work. You don't have to do a lot of preventive work. You don't have to think your way through about having an integrated kind of activity on the landscape that might include agriculture, animals, and wildlife. It's just an easy way to do it. And so it's pretty widely used in Alberta and in Saskatchewan by agriculture people, but also by wildlife managers who want to control wolves and coyotes as well.
So what can people do to help?
So this is the important part. For the first time, as I mentioned, the Pest Management Review Agency is proposing to end the use of strychnine to control Richardson's ground squirrels on the basis of the strychnine's broader environmental impact on other species, like the endangered swift fox and burrowing owl and a number of other species that may be directly impacted by eating a poisoned squirrel. And so there is a comment period that is coming up on the 27th. It ends the 27th of September. So we're encouraging everybody, and this is what the document looks like. If you go to the website, this is what the document looks like. Gives you lots of information about what they're considering and why they're considering it and the research that they've done. And so it gives you lots of information. And we will put a link up on the website for you to go to make your comments, and to make your comments so that so as many of you as possible, if you can write to the government, to both the Minister of Health, Minister Petitpas Taylor, or the Pest Management Review Agency, and the place to send your comments in that regard are in this document and on the website. So please, please write to the minister and to the Pest Management Review Agency and ask for this terrible practice to end. Thank you.